Hey guys, it's me, Jacob. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this experiment. I'm happy that you joined me. Let me fill you in. So the experiment is I'm trying to learn JavaScript. I want to be a really good programmer, and so I'm trying to learn JavaScript. So naturally, what I'm doing is recording myself after I study JavaScript and web development each day. Today is day 22, and I got 5 hours of studying today done after I did my work for my day job. That puts me at 134 hours total over the last 22 days added up. The hours that I do are 45 minutes usually, followed by a 15-minute type of break. And usually I do a lot of other things throughout, or I do some other things throughout the day too, depending on how hardcore I'm going, like walking. I like walking a lot. I do some meditation, and I also have a little bit of gym equipment in my house, like a squat rack and a pull-up bar, and that helps me get the blood flowing to parts of my body that are basically very sedentary. So I like to do that as well, and I think when you combine it all together, it makes this whole thing of studying CS and CSS or whatever, studying this material as sustainable as possible, right? So anyways, to get into the actual things that I studied today, a lot of it is nothing new. I just looked more through MDN's documentation, which is cool. I played my little game where I focus on just the table of contents on pages and just pick the parts that look the most appealing, kind of ignore the rest. Another thing I did was I focused on ECMAScript. I've talked about that before. That's a great document. The URL to it, I'll post all the URLs to stuff that I'm looking at, because that can be useful to people that are watching this. But yeah, there's a document that's like a good HTML based document that has all the information about the ECMAScript specification. And again, I think it's really good for filling in the gap between it's just a really important thing in the entire stack. So I would definitely recommend it if you're trying to do what I'm trying to do, which is to have the maximum comprehension you can for web development. I would consider a must-have. The other thing I got into is I found this website called webkit.org. I'll link this as well. This one looks like it's fairly promising. Like, it probably has some pretty decent information on it, specifically about WebKit. I found this interesting group of slides that talks about WebKit specifically, and I'm probably going to go through that as well. But the other big resource I found is this thing called drafts.csswg.org, which WG stands for Working Group, I'm pretty sure. And this is very similar to another site that I was looking at before called w3.org, I'm pretty sure. The only difference is that these documents are more like living documents. They're never like what you'd call candidate requests or something. That's on like the W3 site. These are like living documents, so they're drafts. But that is kind of a good thing, because it means that what you're looking at is the literal cutting edge, which is what you want to be looking at a lot of the time. Besides that, I guess for HTML, I looked deeper into HTML attributes and HTML elements. And then for CSS, I looked more into just the fact that there are a bunch of CSS modules. And of course, I've been studying the terminology and concepts for basically the flow layout, the box model, the grid layout, and the flex layout. It's a bunch of these different things, and I'm just still in the early stages of really understanding that stuff, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. So the main thing I did beyond all of these things is I studied this new project, which I downloaded the source code from GitHub. And it's really cool because it's actually the project that you may be watching this video from. Obviously, that's not YouTube because that's proprietary and not open source. But if you're watching this on odyssey.com, or spelled ODYSEE.com, then it is the source code for the literal web application you are watching my video in, which is super cool, and I'd recommend reading it if you want to learn. You want a good professional example of a web application. It uses React and it uses Flow, and it's very interesting. And so I just started it. It's about 3 megabytes in size. I'm only about 700 kilobytes into it, so I've got a good 2.3 megabytes in front of me, which isn't too much. I'll probably be able to finish it this week. I'm going to focus mostly on it. So you guys know that a lot of the time I read code from a bunch of different projects simultaneously. Well, now I'm going to focus on one project, and we're going to do that for a while. And then I might switch back to doing the other one. But for now, I'm going to focus on this specific project. Now, a little bit more behind that is library is the network protocol / blockchain technology / desktop application that is basically deeply related to the Odyssey web application that I was talking about a second ago. And so you may be more interested in that, but it's quite an interesting little pocket of the internet to study or to learn more about. I'm definitely going to learn more about it. But yeah, so that's what I spent the majority of time doing. I guess I should mention this too. So the library project appears to use Redux, and that seems like the main big JavaScript, big isn't the right word, popular JavaScript library, uses Redux and React. I haven't seen anything else in it that stands out as being shared or similar to some of the other projects I've seen. It uses a lot of classes, but it also uses some hooks. It uses a good balance of both. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's gonna, it's a really good exercise. So I can probably keep this vlog update a little bit shorter. So thanks for tuning in. That's pretty much what I've been up to. I'm gonna keep trucking along. If you guys are wondering what my end goal is, it's very hard to define that because trying to be the best programmer I can, and obviously that's not going to happen in 30 days, right? So chances are this is going to be a very long ongoing thing. I've actually been inspired by some other YouTubers that aren't programmers at all, but have documented their own behavior for such a long time. It's just like a systematic diary that you just put on the internet, but also is just about self-reflecting on what you're doing, what you're learning, and whatnot. I think that that's a super good idea, right? And so I could see myself basically having this go on till hundreds of episodes. And like I said, I have to figure out if I want to just tack on other subjects like studying Python for 5 hours, blah, 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 or studying web development or whatever, I think I might do something sort of like that. I'll just do different ones and emphasize what I'm studying on or what I'm not, what I'm studying by subject matter. But I think that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about my experience trying to learn different things about programming, specifically web programming. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be super hype. Eventually, I think people might be interested, but maybe not. I benefit a lot from just reflecting on this anyways. on my own and getting experience using real social media websites. I'll cut this short now. I just hit 10 minutes. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.